What is going on, everyone? I am Steve for Berk Family 54 Comics. Welcome to another live stream, another Thursday night chat. We're going to be hanging out, talking comic books, reviewing them, and doing a couple giveaways. Before we do that, though, let's hit that intro. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start bringing in the panel. First up, we got Mark from Legion of Comics. Mark, what's up, dude?
Hey, Steve. How are you?
We had to push the Thursday night chat back tonight just for you and your friends and all our friends because you guys had
you're my friend too, Steve.
Because you guys had an unboxing tonight, a little box battle, right?
Yeah, we had an epic Miko Suyon box battle that Big Time Collectibles put out. It was amazing all around. Nick's Kicks and Comics even hit one of the GPs, one of their major GPs. Myself and E-Man both hit minor GPs. And I don't want to call them minor, but Nick hit a big one. I recommend checking it out. It was a fantastic show. And then Nelson, the owner of Big Time Collectibles, joined at the tail end and made a huge announcement and showed off some of the most amazing foily goodness I've ever seen.
Sick. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I was putting my daughter to bed and getting the wheel ready because we got a giveaway tonight. We're going to be giving away a 9.8 Something is Killing the Children #1 8th print to one of our Berk fan members, regardless of tier. We'll talk about that more a little bit later. But we got another panel member to bring in. We got Dave from Mark Spector Comics. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on tonight.
Dude, absolutely. It is.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the video on the rewind. I actually just checked into the hotel like 40 minutes ago. So.
Oh, wow. So you've been driving all day.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a break around noon. I went to had lunch. I had met up with a friend and went to a comic shop and then got back on the road. So it's been a long day.
You've been driving all week. On Tuesday, yep. You came through Kansas and we hung out. We got some comic books. We got some dinner. We got some dessert.
Who paid?
A couple brews. I took you on a date over to the K-State Stadium.
Yeah, we were only missing the nightcap. That was it.
You did invite me back to your hotel.
I did.
We hung out. We did a live stream on his channel on Tuesday, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for sure. Let's go ahead and say hi to everyone over in the chat. Before we do that, though, I do want to thank the sponsor of every single Thursday night chat for the last, I think, 2 years now. Comic_book_pressing on Instagram. If you ever need any books pressed, hit up Eric over at comicbook_pressing on IG. And please make sure you use the promo code BERK54 and you get free shipping back to you on your first order. Again, every Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. And we've had one person use it so far. If you're thinking about joining StreamYard, hit the affiliate link below. I would love it. It costs you the same, but I get a little bit of a kickback. Again, if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, consider StreamYard. Hit the affiliate link below. Okay, let's go and start at the top, work our way down. Kyle, what is going on, sir? How are you? Alan Rue, one of the Georgia people, good friends with Mark. Flash Red Videos, Andrew, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Carlito Classico, what is up, brother? How are you? Dan, what is going on, sir? I was supposed to send you something a couple weeks ago, and I kind of forgot what it was. Let me know in the chat, and I will send it to you. I was supposed to send him an AOK of something, and I totally forgot what it was. I've been super busy. I apologize.
Paul Rogers, they were Southern. I think they were.
What's going on, man? How are you? Thomas Caps, hello. Steve, #no Steve. Okay. You look great, Steve. Oh, thanks. Thanks, man. Trying to butter me up for something? What you need? I was thinking about, you know what? I'm going to send you an AOK just because you said that. I'm going to send you an AOK. Just remind me because I'll probably forget. SCG, what is going on, sir? I did not get one, no, but I can tell you I did buy a book off my top 5 list for 2022, and it should be here in a week or so. He sent it medium mail. I don't know why, but he did, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, that'll be here in the next week, but I did not buy one of the BTC boxes. James, what is going on, sir? How are you?
You definitely should have.
Yeah, they look great. They definitely
They're hundreds of dollars over value. It's insane.
Jeffy, what is going on, sir? Robert, I watched your video earlier today. Great stuff. Got a lot of Power Ranger books. He picked up some new books. It was a good video. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you do. Mark, the Cuddy Suck, what is going on, sir? How are you? Berk and Mark were watching that show. Nick was okay.
You'd have to watch the box battle to get it.
Reading the last runner right now. Don't start with that. Okay, we won't. We won't start with that. We'll probably start with something else. Fat Daddy-O, what is going on, sir? How are you? Mark, you had that box battle one. Nick got it on a small technicality. I was watching part of it, and then my internet went out, but I did watch it, and you look like you had a great 9.8 signed and remarked. And you actually showed it before the show, but I did see it during your live as well.
Yeah, I caught a remark, E-Man caught a remark, and Nick caught a huge DP.
DJ Links is in the house. What is going on, sir? How are you? So like I said, we're going to be giving away a 9.8 Something is Killing the Children. Get that. Let's get that. 9.8 Something is Killing Children, number 1, 8th printing to one lucky Berk fan member, regardless of tier. If you are the supporter tier, you get 2 entries. Friend tier, 5 entries. Family tier, 10 entries. And oh, by the way, we are also drawing for this month's Berk box as well. So lots of drawings going on tonight. We're also going to be reviewing a couple books. I want to talk about Something's Killing Children 22 and a couple new characters. The Last Ronin, number 5, finally came out. I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about Justice League 75, which I just got done reading as well. So we got a couple really nice books to talk about. I have not had a chance yet to read Godzilla Power Rangers number 2. Hopefully it was good. So if you're looking for some Power Rangers talk tonight, unfortunately I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But it is coming in the mail, courtesy of Paul Rogers over at the Augusta Book Exchange. I ordered up a decent amount of books for me for the last couple of weeks, and should be here next week. So I'm pretty excited about that. Power Rangers related. Years ago, I won a limited glow artist proof Megazord Funko. Nice. I just interviewed the Green Power Ranger, and the video did actually pretty well for the channel. It did pretty well. It's got like 1,600 views, so I'm pretty happy about that. Chip, what is going on, sir? How are you? Good luck, DJ. Hope you win, buddy. Yes. Mark put it in under my name, but yes, the Long Distance Comic Shop. Local distance long distance
comic shop. Yeah.
Ruby G, what is going on, fam? How are you, sir? Oh, did you? Oh, okay, never mind. Ruben's art is going to be in next month's Berk box along with the June box as well. He sent me a couple pics of some stuff he's sending me, and it is straight fire. So we'll be drawing here in a little bit. We'll probably review a book or two, do the drawing for the 9.8 for the Berk fan members, and then we'll review another book or two, and then we'll do the Berk box. So lots of stuff happening tonight. Sundan TSP, what is going on, sir? How are you? I will say this. I will allow anyone to join tonight to win the 9.8, but if you want to win the Berk box, you had to have been a family tier member as of a week ago. But if you want to enter to win by being one of the new channel members, you can do that, and I'll add your name to the wheel. So what book do you guys want to start with tonight? Do you guys want to start with Something is Killing Children? They said No Last Ronin first, or do you guys want to start with Justice League 75?
We can do Justice League.
I was going to say Something is Killing the Children, since the only thing worth talking about is the intro. Burn.
What's up, Scott? How's it going, man?
I'm down to talk whatever. If we start with Justice League, we can kill a lot of time so Flash Ray can finish Last Ronin. In all sincerity, there's a lot to talk about with that, you know?
Dave, have you read Justice League 75?
I just finished it like probably 10
Yes.
minutes ago.
Okay, so we all finished it, right? Just in
Yes.
time. Just in time. Mark, can you go ahead and take the lead on this? Because you have been reading Justice League every single week. I stopped at like issue 63 and I'm just picking up this book. It's in the poll coming out whenever I get it in the next week. But
Okay.
I did read it.
Yeah, I stopped it back in like 35, so I'm not.
I'll start with a little bit of context first, and keep in mind, like I'll just ramble, so feel free to cut me off anytime. But this is the prelude to Dark Crisis, which is DC's summer event, which it's it's Crisis, so we're expecting big things. This one, they're playing with a lot of DC history, going back all the way to the first Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earths, to Zero Hour, just all of these major crises. They always like to play into the history and lore of DC Comics, which adds a big level of entertainment to it. This one specifically really starts at Infinite Frontier number 0. That was the very first comic to come out after Future State, which you can check out Berk's previous video history to get a good idea of that. But in that Infinite Frontier, we were introduced to this new dark side that was on this mission to rupture the multiverse, the omniverse, after the events of Death Metal. But that led us into the buildup. The actual buildup to this took place in Infinite Frontier, the miniseries, and Justice League Incarnate, the miniseries. And this is the direct follow-up to that. You don't have to have read Justice League. You don't have to have kept up with Superman or Batman or Green Lantern. It's completely contained inside Joshua Williamson's miniseries build-up to this.
Well, I did read his Infinite Frontier 0 and then 1 through 6, and then it was continued in Justice League Incarnate, correct?
Exactly. They didn't even need to split it up. They could have literally called it Infinite Frontier issue 7, and it would have been the exact same thing. It came out it did take, I think, like a 2, maybe 3 month break between the two.
It came back, yeah.
But it's a direct, the next issue, just one issue to the next continuation. And what we learned in that series is that Darkseid was on this mission, and we find out that Darkseid and the Justice League Incarnate, which is a Justice League team made up of members from all across the multiverse. It is a fantastic ragtag team of President, Superman, Flash from Flash of China from Earth Zero. You got Captain Carrot on there. We were introduced to a brand new character named Maya, who goes by Dr. Multiverse from Earth 8. And she so far is the only character we've seen that does not have a counterpart on a separate Earth. And she has these very unique abilities that are specific to the fact that she lives in a multiverse. She has multiversal vision where she can see across them. She can teleport and move seamlessly through them. And it's been really cool. We found out in the second series, Incarnate, that Darkseid wasn't necessarily on a destruction mission like they thought, but he was trying to stop and overcome the Great Darkness that it was on an actual destruction mission. And the Great Darkness goes all the way back to Swamp Thing issue 50, way back in the day when we saw Zatanna's father die trying to stop it from rising up, and they actually did, but they're bringing that entity to full front, and that's what supposedly our big bad guy in this. So it's looking like it's some big-time level threats. They mention it in Justice League 75 that this is not an entity that's good or bad. It just exists. There's really no stopping it. You can only try to put it back to bed kind of deal. It's a big stakes at play here.
What did you think of it, Dave?
I thought it was a pretty good issue. Like I said, just reading this one issue, not reading any of the previous. I haven't read Infinite Frontier or anything like that. I thought it was pretty good. I did like the action. The artwork was pretty nice. And obviously the big reveal at the end there was what was expected, leading up to it, obviously the death of the Justice League. But and who was that? Was that the Pariah? Is that what the name of the character?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool character. I'm not too familiar with the character, but
they give you the breakdown.
He was on the Flash TV show.
Oh, that Pariah. Oh, okay.
So Pariah is from Crisis on Infinite Earths that Marv Wolfman and George Perez did.
Oh, okay. So I'm familiar with him. Okay.
He's the one that ushered in the first Crisis unintentionally. They touch on it very briefly in this when they're doing the classic comic trope of not just saying, hey, you, but they say, hey, Pariah, the scientist from the Earth that unleashed this darkness on the world 47 years ago in the original Crisis. They always, whenever characters first run into each other, they have to give you a little exposition dump for those that might not be familiar. Yeah. So Pariah in this book looks like he's attempting to stop the Great Darkness with the same way that he unleashed the antimatter in the original Crisis, but he is obviously overcome by the Great Darkness right now. It looks like he is kind of in control of the Dark Army that consists of all these big hitter villains that are possessed by the Great Darkness.
Can you explain what's going on with Green Lantern? Because there's like 8 dudes coming out of his lantern thing.
Those weren't dudes; those were constructs.
Okay, so what's going on there?
That easy. Those are just constructs.
Which Green Lantern is that though?
That's John Stewart.
That's
John Stewart's our Green Lantern right now. He's kind of like he's Green Lantern right now, like Wally's Flash, like where Barry is just other stuff, like it's John Stewart. And I haven't been reading the Green Lantern series because it just really didn't scream to me. And I like Green Lantern just fine, but something happened in the last 2 issues of Green Lantern that carried over to this, where he looks like almost like Ion to a degree, where he looks like he's running with his own kind of power battery swords. He was completely greened out, didn't have his traditional suit on, and he
for sure.
He thought he was tough, and he was wrong.
I enjoyed the issue. If you like action, this book is entirely action, 100% from beginning to end. It was very good. The art was okay. The colors were great, but the art is just okay to me, in my opinion.
I think that was pretty good.
It's worse than like
definitely made it pop too.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like I said, it was colorful, but it wasn't up to my par for what I would have liked to see.
That's not up to par.
I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, that was the Green Lantern.
Not for me. Yeah. Not for me. But
oh wait,
I do have a question. No, that was a good page.
And that's the page that's right behind this page.
Yeah, it was cool.
Overall, I did not really like the art very much, but
oh man, I'm digging it.
It was a good book. It had everything you thought it would have. That was a cool scene.
Who did the interiors for this issue?
I can't pronounce his name without butchering it, so I'll let Steve do it.
What's the name? Who?
I can't pronounce it without butchering it, so I'm going to let you do it.
What's it start with?
Let me get to where I can see it on page. Rafa Sandoval, does that sound right?
Yes, that is. I mean, yes.
Sandoval. Yeah, I say everything with a southern accent, and y'all make fun of me. And
Display. Display. Yeah, Rafa Sandoval. What's going on, Magic Lasso? How's it going?
There's a couple other things that are worth pointing out. For those that are following DC Comics, the quintessence is like the all-powerful entities of the DC comic universe. Spectre, Phantom Stranger, Highfather, big
the Spectre part was pretty cool too.
They all died in Infinite Frontier issue 0 at the hand of Darkseid. Just killed them without even seeing it coming. We saw that they're not actually dead. Like they're being manipulated. Yeah, there's another one right there. Jeff's right here.
You know what? I did like how if they're going to kill off all of them, I did like how the Trinity was the first.
But were they?
Yeah, homeboy took it quick.
So Green Arrow is the only one that got killed individually and horrifically. So
yeah, it was
a little context. They decided to do this with issue number 75 as a homage to Superman 75, where Superman died at the hands of Doomsday. So this cover even is an homage to the Dan Jurgens cover, Funeral for a Friend. Doomsday had his moment to shine in this as well. Paul Cook pointed out all these little parallels with the event that they're kind of paying homage to. It was really well done. But I do like the fact that when the Justice League went out, they did it in the same style that the Flash went out in Crisis on Infinite Earths number 8. The same deteriorating panels, one behind the other.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So that was Pariah letting loose and just decimating the Trinity.
Yeah.
And Joshua Williamson, like, he's good with his fan service and his little paying homage there. And then the very next page, you get him decimating Justice League Incarnate. And then Black Adam and him take off into the air. And he's disintegrating Black Adam, but he gets the magic word out. And going into this, we all knew that the Justice League was going to be killed off for the storyline, but we were told there's going to be one survivor. So it's kind of been wondering who's it going to be. And even though he's featured on the cover in a casket, I assumed it was going to be Green Arrow because he's been taking the forefront with so many titles lately. He's the one bankrolling the Justice League. He's got Checkmate, just all kinds of stuff. But he's actually the only one that they slaughtered in this issue. It was It was cool. And Black Adam is our one survivor.
Yep.
Now, do you remember what? God, who was it? Was it Batman that said it when they were in the Hall of Heroes in the beginning before they went to face the darkness? When they were talking about how big of a threat this is, did y'all catch what he said? Let's see if I can find
I read it pretty quickly.
Didn't he say he was like playing it off? It wasn't as big of a threat as he.
No, that was Green Arrow that said
That was Green Arrow. We're Justice League. We taking care of crisis is what we do.
That's what he said.
Yeah, here we go. Batman's words exactly. As soon as the Great Darkness hit the Hall of Heroes, he says, "We need to get word back to Earth Zero. Let the Titans know."
Yes.
I've been calling it that even though we're getting this new Legacy era Justice League, that doesn't mean that they're the forefront. They're not the authority out there. With the Justice League gone, the Titans take authority.
I'm excited about that.
This is about to be dope.
You were talking about that, Steve, the other day. You were hoping that was gonna be the Titans.
You know me. I love me some Teen Titans. I got it. I got their first appearance on the wall. I got something else going on with it as well. But I love me some Teen Titans, and I'm excited to see what they do with that going forward. And at the very end of the book, it said that continued in Dark Crisis. I think issue 0.
Yes, it'll be available on Free Comic Book Day. Yes,
it's going to be available when?
Saturday. A week from Saturday on Free Comic Book Day. Yes,
okay,
sir.
yeah. And I'm going to make my preview video. I know you already did too, but I'm going to make mine.
Yeah, I put it out about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna make mine and probably put it out Sunday or Monday. Yeah, me too. We saw Wally. We saw
Nightwing, Donna.
We saw Jonathan. Who else did we see?
Detective Chimp was in there. Bobo was in there. That means the Justice League Dark is present. This is about to be lit.
And we still have Black Adam out there. So
yeah,
I do agree. They're a more fun team to watch for sure. I'm excited for it. I really am.
We have Naomi, Firestorm.
Oh yeah, I saw Firestorm. That's right.
And they were all in the Hall of Justice too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a fantastic read.
Yeah, it was like I said, filled with lots of action. They talked about the threat before that. Great color. Overall good issue. We're excited for a future DC. For sure.
Yeah, it was a great prelude.
Yeah, I need to let Paul know what I'm looking for, but I haven't even looked at the list to be completely honest. So, okay, no worries. Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering if they're going to merge the Teen Titans and Titans into one for the Dark Crisis. Yeah, that was huge news. It happened earlier. That was pretty excited about that. I do need to watch it again. I've yet to watch it since it hit HBO Max. I just haven't had time.
What up, Ryan? Ryan's up in the chat.
Yeah, he's been here.
Mm-hmm. Magic Lasso? I just seen it.
Yeah, he's been here.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Justice League 75?
Good book.
Yeah, fun book. I'm gonna let the Berk fam chats know we're gonna draw for this slab here in about 3 minutes.
What else did you guys read that you wanted to talk about pretty quickly? I haven't finished Last Ronin. I'm kind of like quickly glancing at it, but
I read Moon Knight #1. You A-OK that to me, and I did read it.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, it was all right. It was better than the show. They did go over stuff pretty quickly, but they did explain other personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help at all with the show? Reading the issue?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I still think the show has not been good.
But I don't think the show's complicated. It's just not good. I don't think there's anything complex about it. It definitely does a straightforward job of putting the information out there. It's just a convoluted script.
Yeah. And I can't remember who said it. I think it was you, Mark, that said that whenever they bring over like a foreign director to direct a like American show, there's something always gets lost or something.
Yeah, like if you look how like it's perceived in places outside of America, it has a higher, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. It's just
People like me, we have high expectations. All
it
right.
ain't, I don't think it's about higher low expectations. It's about different perspectives on film in general.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be drawing for this 9.8 slab. Something is killing the children. Number 1, 8th printing. To any Berk Fam channel member, regardless of tier. I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing up the wheel of names. If they're a supported tier, the 199 tier, they get 2 entries. Friend tier, the $5 tier, they get 5, and the family tier at $10, they get 10 entries. Let me go ahead and share screen here. Go over the whole list really quickly, and then we'll run it.
You're about to go over that list.
I'm just gonna glance over it. Comic book poser, family tier get 10 entries. TM Nerdy 2 entries. Tomorrow Cinema 2 entries. Alan Rue 10. Blue Hellion 10. Small Town Collectibles 5. DJ Links 5. Jade 10. Flash 6792 10. Wheelchair 2. Panda 10. Warlord 10. Austin 2. Andy 2. The Berk 75 10. Comic Vet 5. Rob's Fat Sacks 10. Paul Cook 10. Flo 5. Dave 10. Miss So 2. Becker 10. Tyler 10. Organ Wyme 10. Dale 5. Cadrano Prince 10. Paul Rogers 10. Drac 10. Ryan Pond 5. Scott 10. Cardboard Crazies 10. Jonathan 10. Chip 10. SCG 2. Sean 2. Mark 10. And 2 Bros 2. So, should I shuffle the list? Do you guys think I should?
Yeah, shuffle it a whole bunch so people aren't grouped together on the wheel.
The first person to give me a number that's like
17.
under
shuffle's good.
that's under 10, I will shuffle it that many times.
No, shuffle at 17. There's a bunch of blocks of 10.
Oh, he says don't shuffle.
Don't shuffle.
There's a bunch of people grouped up together on there.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives an unfair advantage to people like me who have 10 entries. That gives me a big chunk of the wheel all in one place.
Oh, this is the first one. I see 7. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
If I don't win, it's Jonathan's fault.
And I'll count down in 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it.
And now you have to spin it 8 times for Dan.
The winner of the 9.8 slab is that Paul from a bus. That's what's up, dude. Nice, man.
Congrats to Paul.
Congrats to Paul, a great member of this community. This one is going out to you, sir. I don't know if I have your address for your shop. I'm sure I can Google it, unless you want it sent to your house. There is like a echo. Hopefully it's not me, but I do hear it. So congrats to you, Paul, for winning this slab. If you don't want, obviously you can put it up for sale at the shop. So thank you, sir, very much for supporting the channel. And now I got to clear this list, and I got to make the list for the Berk Fam Berk box. So, you guys want to talk last run-in?
You guys can talk. I didn't finish the whole thing.
He's depending on us to talk. He has to make a list.
Okay, so Something is Killing Children 22.
I did read that.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You read it on my phone while I was in the bathroom at the bar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What did you think?
It was a quick read. I don't know what to say. I haven't been reading it the last few issues, but
there's nothing much to say.
yeah, it's it was pretty straightforward. we got introduced to I guess it was Gabrielle, I think her name is.
In the intro, or
Yeah,
the insufferable little kid.
I think was it in the middle intro. I don't remember.
We got an intro. It started us out, and I sent Steve the picture because I was reading the book when he sent me a copy of the book, and I just screenshot my phone and sent it back to him. But there's like, it starts out with just those slaughtered kids and family in the house, and there's like push pins through their eyes, putting facial expressions on them and stuff.
Yeah, what was going on with that?
What happened was we got introduced to another house, not another set of masks, another house altogether. We've been introduced to the house of slaughter so far. This was the house of something else. I forget the name, but they have this crazy chick apparently that went and killed a monster in this house, and the family wouldn't quit screaming, so she slaughtered the family and then manipulated their bodies to her liking, and then sat back and was looking at her work and appreciating her work. So the family is dismembered in pieces all over the house. And if you look on the mantle, the monster's head is hanging on the mantle over their fireplace. And it looks like one of her associates walks in to let her know that they just gotten word from the higher ups that the House of Slaughter has a rogue agent that needs to be dealt with. And they're referring to Erica, and she asked, do they want retrieval or extermination? They informed her they want extermination, and she said, good, that's always more fun. So she has been hired, this woman from a completely separate house, to go exterminate Erica. And that was the intro to the book. And I thought that was absolutely fascinating. It was really, really cool. And then we get into the rest of the book. There was just
yeah, I agree with that.
I hope this character gets there quick because the book is painful to read. We have to deal with this little kid that's making ridiculous remarks offhand the whole time, acting outrageous for somebody who just went through what she did. Doesn't care that her family just got slaughtered. She just wants to make pedophile jokes and insult the one person that she knows that cares about her for trying to crush on her aunt. It's very insufferable. But it's a little cringy.
What did you think, Dave?
Nice. I think Mark broke it down pretty good. It is what it is. It's probably the reason why I haven't been following it the last few issues, because it's just I've been pretty bored with it. But
right.
Outside of that, it was straightforward read.
The only thing plot wise that happened in the main body of this was, Erica is trying to catch up to the kid to get information to go hunt down this monster. Erica is able to find out that this monster is a shapeshifter, which is a kind of monster that they know of that's a higher danger level, that it can appear as different things. And in Erica's process, like I said, the little kid just calls her a pedophile and runs away from her pretty much. And Erica, trying to catch up to the kid again, ends up getting spoken to by the authorities, and she has to come in, and she ends up having to leave her totem behind. So whatever that means, the monster that killed Erica's family that's trapped inside that totem through Woo Woo is left behind on the ground. I don't know what that'll mean moving forward for Erica, but she's totem.
I was wondering that too. I was like, what are they doing with this? Is this monster going to get out then?
Monster battle.
Yeah.
I'm making sure everyone's on this list for the Berk fan for the Berk box. We'll draw that here in a little bit. So I'm making sure that list is ready to go because I had to make a new list.
Dave, are you reading Swamp Thing?
I stopped reading it. I think I stopped at issue 4 or 5. I know it's been pretty solid. It's just so many stuff to read.
Oh, it's good, my man.
What are we at? Issue 9, 10? What are we at?
Well,
12.
10 was the original run number, and now we're 2 issues past that. We're on 12 of 16, I believe.
Okay.
Spider-Man 1 just dropped from Zeb Wells with Ramita on it.
Did you read that?
I did.
What'd you think? I heard a lot of mixed reviews.
It was well done. I like John Romita Jr. That's why I decided to go read it. I tried Spider-Man when they hit 75 after Nick Spencer's run, and
Sure. Yeah.
I didn't care for it. It just didn't speak to me. So I tried this one, and it was a weird story, and it seems a little foreign. Peter is like everyone hates Peter in this story, and we don't know why yet. And he's kind of acting like very depressed and dismissive toward everyone, which was a little odd. So I'm curious to see why that is and what's going on. The action scene was great in it. Tombstone is the focused villain at the
Yeah,
moment,
I heard about
which I think that's cool. You
I
know,
like
give us
yeah.
Spider-Man has an amazing rogues gallery, and just like with Batman, a lot of them don't get enough time. So I thought that was a great angle. So I'm definitely in for the next issue.
Okay.
Are we ready to talk Last Ronin? I'm ready for it.
Go for it. I didn't finish it, but go for it.
Do you want me to spoil it then?
I feel like we finished this issue when number 3 came out.
The overall, I'll say this: you could have complaints, and I certainly did, about the the difference between the issues, 6 months, 7 months, whatever. But overall, the story was really good. Now you can not like the epilogue, but the actual ending to the story was very good. The fight scene that lasted, I don't know how many pages, was really good.
At least
that Hiroto wore was ballin'. The intro to the final issue was great. It really was great. And then the ending, like I said, was great as well. I wouldn't say that this story from beginning to end was perfect, but I did think in terms of the story, not including the epilogue, was like the perfect ending to the book. It was very good. Outside of just a few things here and there with the water and all that bull crap, but overall, it was
yeah,
it was very good. It was very good. The first issue is still the best issue of all of them. Probably the first and second were probably the best, and then after that, I probably go 5.
I think it goes. Yeah, it goes. Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 5, 3, 4 is how I put it.
So if you go back and you watch your Thursday night chat when we reviewed issue 3, we literally said exactly how this issue played out during that live show, minus the little nuanced details. But it wasn't a letdown at all. Like I posted about it Wednesday morning after I read it, that with its predictability and its very campy tropiness, which you should expect from a Turtles title, it kind of is what makes it. It was enjoyable. It was worth the ride.
Is it you that's echoing? Because I turned mine off and it's not echoing.
Was it worth the wait, the long wait? Did it make it any better?
No, but it was still good. I still liked it. I talked to Panda today, and he could not be on tonight because of other things going on. But he said the same thing as me. He thought the story ending was great. He just absolutely hated the epilogue, which I didn't mind the epilogue, to be honest. I didn't mind it, but I do think that it was better just ending the way the story should have ended overall. And then him using this is spoilers here, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, this is now the chance to leave. Him using every single weapon of his brothers. That's courtesy of Raphael. You can thank Donatello or whatever he was saying. Using every single weapon that his brothers used was epic. Absolutely epic. Very, very, very good, and I loved it. Yeah, I'm excited for the hardcover in 3 years. Oh shoot. Yeah, it was just good. It was just good. I love the story. It's probably going to be considered one of the best Turtle stories, even though it's really only about one. I'm interested to see what they do with this. Are they going to continue this as like a relaunch point for Turtles, or are they going to do this as like a separate universe and try to build that as like their own black label? You know what I mean? I'm really interested to see what they do with that. What do you think, Mark? Hey, you're muted still.
It's its own universe.
So you think they're gonna just do their own black label, own universe thing, and not gonna make it canon? as a relaunching point.
we know it's not canon. Like that, it's kind of like the handle just like the Dark Knight Returns, isn't it? That's
okay. Sure.
I didn't think that was questionable. I doubt they'll do anything else with it.
Okay, so that was Mark that said that. I have not watched this week's episode, but I'm very excited to watch it. Very excited.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm looking forward to seeing it for sure. Yeah, the current series is absolutely terrible. I'll be honest, it's terrible. They need to get Sophie Campbell off of it like yesterday and get someone else on there. It's horrible. But the last Ronin was good. They sold a bunch of books. And I think we're finally happy that after 2 years, it's finally over. I think overall, it did meet, or at least came close to meeting my expectations. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but I feel like it came very close, if not hit my expectations for this story. I might be in a minority there, but I really, really, really liked it. Specifically versus second issue, and then the fighting scene in the 5th issue. The artwork was great throughout. Them changing the artist, going from whoever it was before to the Escorza brothers, very, very, very smart decision. So wasn't like feedback from
the artwork throughout the series. It was pretty good.
Didn't they get feedback from like comic shop owners that the Ashcan, the art was terrible? Yeah, they were. Yeah, I'm glad they listened because the artwork for that versus what it was is significantly better. We can talk that if you guys want to. We can talk that. It was better. Still bad.
Did you like it?
No. It's called Moon Knight. Where is Moon Knight?
He's dead. He got shot by homeboy.
That show is like a C minus.
Where was he before then?
All right, I want to hear the Moon Knight guys' take on it. Go ahead.
Well, it's gonna be different from me because I'm biased, but that's why I like to hear what other people's perspectives are on it. You know, from people who aren't too familiar with the character or haven't read many stories of Moon Knight. So I'm gonna. I told you
it was terrible. So that's my take on it.
My honest critique of this as just a single episode, just by itself, there wasn't much wrong with this one, especially if you like Egyptian mythology. That's enjoyable to kind of watch and play with the different psyche angles and the whole concept of like the visual representation of your mind and all these people that exist in reality showing up in there. That's nothing unique to this show. Like we've seen that done in Batman before and multiple times and in the Moon Knight comic, but it's still really fun to watch. You know, it's a very enjoyable angle. But in terms of taking this episode and putting it into this 6-episode televised event that isn't flushing anything out, all they're doing is laying crap on the table that they're not actually playing with. Watching this show is like watching Finn play in the living room. He just pulls his toys out and does nothing with them. And that's my complaint about the show. It's utter trash. I mean, if you put on blinders, if you take just like a little telescope, like you're a freaking pirate, just stare at one little thing, that thing looks awesome. But then when you take it down, you don't see that palm tree in the distance anymore. You see an island of trash with one palm tree on it. That's what this show is. As a whole, it's trash. There's just little things here and there that are enjoyable or done well, but they're as a whole, this is the worst MCU show that has been put out yet.
So, have you been enjoying any of the other Disney Plus shows?
Yes.
So, what would be your favorite one that you've seen?
Mando.
Retrospect.
Oh, you said MCU. I'm sorry. Like said Disney.
Retrospect, WandaVision, and I have criticisms of that as well. But and I think I'm not saying that's not. I think my favorite one I think was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Even though I have the first episode, I could literally throw away and the show would be better for it. And then the finale when they took Captain America and put him on a literal soapbox to lecture America why the terrorists were right, I could have thrown up in my mouth in that moment. But other than those two things, that show went pretty hard. They did a good job introducing characters, giving them motives, watching them evolve for better or for worse. WandaVision did the same thing in that aspect. It did a great job introducing characters, showing you where they're at, sending them through a traumatic story, but bringing in other characters, developing them, involving them, and then giving the closure and leaving it open for the next thing. This show is doing nothing.
So
It's
you didn't like how they did flashbacks of how he had his dissociative issues and how he created Steven after the death of his mother.
No, because we don't need any of that right now. What you need right now is like a main plot point. They're giving us that's another. They put out another one of their kids' toys and put it on the ground. Who cares right now? Like, how is that even a point of focus right now in the story? We literally have one episode left. We started this episode off and ended it in the exact same place.
See, if you listen to the beginning when he talked about how he created Stephen Grant after the death of his mother, and it tied in towards the end because they were trying to figure out what is going to cause him to, alter the scales so that he could actually get off of that duat to go back into the real world. He realizes that Stephen has to die for him to progress back into the real world.
But okay, so how are the scales balanced when there's still Jake Loxley out there?
Well, see that
makes no sense.
Well,
they still haven't introduced the character.
But he's there.
But he's obviously there.
He would still be unbalancing the scales. It's another one of the many inconsistencies with this show.
It is.
But we don't know when he actually existed, though. That's the problem. We don't obviously in Moon Knight, he was introduced right off the bat.
Well, we also know from episode 4 that he already exists inside this show as well, because he's had blackout moments that were not Mark or Steven.
I could argue that he was introduced in episode 1 when he had the date with the chick.
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, I'd be a fat little boy. You know what I mean?
Why is it balanced without seeing him?
Yeah, it's just another example.
I agree is a big inconsistency.
Yeah.
The whole show has just been something else.
Well, you can call them nitpick, but when you're watching the show and that's what you get, it takes you out of the show. Like
we basically haven't had Moon Knight for 2 straight episodes. Right?
He's had less than 5 minutes of screen time in 5 episodes.
Yeah, Moon Knight itself definitely, and that's been one of the biggest issues I've had with it.
And I'm never using that as my complaint against the show, because if you're telling a good story, if it's not riddled with inconsistencies, poor script direction, it's still a good show. You know what I mean? Like Daredevil didn't put on the daggum costume, the red costume, to the season finale. You know what I mean?
Episode 6 will have to be a 55 on the scale of 1 to 10 for the series.
Here's another thing, Dave. How is he bulletproof 1 second and riddled with spears the next?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? How did you not catch that?
His suit? Well, he has regenerative properties.
No, bulletproof. Like stands in the way of Layla, and bullets do not penetrate him.
Yeah, and in that scene, and then later
there's countless inconsistencies like this. That's what I'm saying. It's not nitpicking. When it's literally 5 a.m, I'm not on top of my game. I'm just waking up, and that's when I watch this stuff. And that's what I'm catching. It's that out front to me, you know. When they risk the fate of mankind to turn back the night sky while Layla's holding a laptop, I'm like, dude, you're assuming that I'm stupid at this point.
I didn't like that part either. That was really dumb.
And then it's been enjoyable having these discussions on social media, because people are like, oh, well, you don't know what the night sky was that far back because it's too long ago. I'm like, dude, yes, you do, because star charts aren't mysteries; they're math. It's not a mystery.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all, and that that set up the whole point with him having Khonshu banished, and I get why they did that, but the whole having to do that to get him to see where it
And
was.
you've read the comics, Dave. Last one, and I'm going to stop harping. The other gods, the other pantheon of Egyptian gods that showed up in episode 3,
Yeah,
that he had counsel with, are they working with Harrow?
that's my presumption that they are working with Harrow, because I think it was only 4 of them that were there for the council or something like that, 4 or 5, and there's supposed to be 9 total, and those other 4 got
The
banned.
4 that were there that have sworn off interfering with mankind that they only observe are the only 4 entities on the face of the universe that don't see what Harrow's doing.
Well, the other 5, I guess, got banished. So they've been.
But I'm just saying, yeah, we saw them in the idols later, but I'm saying, like, he comes there to point out what Harrow's doing to them, and not only do they not already know, they don't take the time to look.
Yeah, they're in.
Harrow walks in with chocolate on his hands and around his face and telling him, "I didn't steal the candy bar." And they're like,
Yeah,
"You know you did it. Of course you did it."
They're in cahoots with them. That's why I think they're working with them.
Yeah, if they're not working for him, that scene alone ruins the entire
series. It's going to be
series.
a whole waste of the exactly. But like those.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Carlito, because yes, there are. They're called satellites, and that's what Layla was using. She wasn't just holding the laptop; she was sitting there with it open. And see, I think I'm crazy sometimes. I'm the only person that watches these shows and not just turns them on and cheers them after the fact. Like she was sitting down with the laptop open while they were doing that. These are world-renowned mercenaries. They have access to internet.
The other thing I was a little confused by is that if Taweret was that Egyptian deity we saw at the end, if she was banished, why is she down in the underworld, and then the rest of them aren't?
I'm also wondering if they're going to do anything with the countless subplots that they're introducing, like the one where that other Egyptian god clearly has a friendship or cahoots or whatever with Khonshu, that they were kind of like rooting for each other, but she wasn't like bad guy. You know, it's just, I just want to shake this director, the one that took the week before the show released to call out and criticize other directors, i.e. Patty Jenkins and the director of Black Adam, before he's even seen Black Adam. Then he releases this garbage. Like, that's just...
Yeah, he called them out for being bad.
For not being inclusive enough.
Maybe he previewed it. I don't know. Maybe he's seen it already.
Well, I can tell you, I've seen his show.
I don't know why you would criticize somebody if you haven't previewed or seen it.
His show sucks.
Because he was that sure of himself. He thinks, oh, I got an MCU job, so I must be a fantastic director.
I will say this.
He's never worked on it. This was his first project in the MCU.
I know. That's what he thought, that he done made it. He assumed he done made it.
I've said this from the beginning. Oscar Isaac is a fantastic actor.
Well, he's the one that's been knocking out of the park.
He's carrying the show.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's going to have to go see a spinal surgeon after this.
What?
He's going to have to go see a spinal surgeon after this.
It's been good. I feel like they're waiting to release the Loxley stuff until like the last scene. Like, oh, there's a third personality. Well, no.
They might not even talk about it because it's the last episode. They have a lot to do. They still have
a 44-minute runtime to the finale. 44 minutes.
That's it?
That is it.
So
44-minute runtime.
They're going to have to start right in the beginning with getting Taweret to communicate with Layla so that she can wake up Khonshu. That's going to take probably 10 minutes. He has to get his powers back because they're going to have another 10, 15-minute fight scene with Harrow. There's not going to be a lot of filler in there to kind of explain all the stuff that needs to be explained.
So the MCU set a record with the finale to this, with the runtime being the shortest finale yet. And this show it's got to deal with the pantheon of gods. It's got to deal with Harrow. We got to get Mark Spector back from the land in between the living and the dead.
Yep.
We've got to figure out what's going on with Layla. We have to have resolution between Mark and Layla and the death of her father. You know what I'm saying? We have to do something about Jake and the crate because we know that there's not an intended second season.
I don't think they're going to even talk about it.
What do you think they're going to do with Moon Knight? Are they just going to
What do
take
you
him directly into the movies, or are they just gonna do the one season and be done with the character?
Layla.
They're not gonna do another season. He's gonna go right into the MCU.
Layla.
Layla, well, I talked about that in my last episode
Mhm.
breakdown. They're exploring more when Marvel does this purposely. When they explore alternate characters outside of the actual main character, it's
I.e. Photon.
yep, it's to actually put them in a spotlight for a future project.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Oscar Isaacs be a reoccurring actor in the MCU.
No, I don't.
I mean, I
don't
wouldn't be surprised if they're keeping something hush hush and they announce him. That's very normal for Disney, but I would be more surprised if it is versus if it isn't.
Yeah, they're priming him for the MCU. They got a whole supernatural phase coming up.
Yeah, I did see today that they're meeting to discuss the next 10 years of the MCU.
Yeah, they're gonna do Midnight Suns. That's gonna be one of the projects, and that's gonna be Blade. It's gonna be Moon Knight. It's gonna be Ghost Rider.
And the Ghost Rider that we're supposed to be getting next in the MCU is Carter Slade Ghost Rider too.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. So I don't, man. I know like a lot of people are expecting. There's been no kind of official anything or hints toward anything with Midnight Suns. People just see these characters and find these correlations, and the Mephisto at the moment. The whole Midnight Suns thing, that's Mephisto. It'd be awesome if they do it like they're going in a direction that they could get him there, but at the moment that's just Mephisto, which is MCU slang for BS.
Yeah, they're working on it. It's coming.
That's funny. Hey, by the way, speaking of Star Wars, I met the guy that played Vader in Rogue One
Nice.
at the con.
Was he tall?
Very tall. But he was super nice. He was there with his kid, and I think it was his manager. He just was walking around and just shaking people's hands. He's got like Austrian or Australian or I can't remember what the
These are
exact.
two far different
Maybe
places.
Irish. I can't remember what accent it was. But he was
That's like 3 different areas, man.
I don't know.
Nothing similar at all. Austrian,
Someone tell me
Australian, Irish.
what nationality he is. He was very nice. Very nice.
And I thought I was bad at geography.
And I'll say this: I've not seen Rogue One, so I've
You
heard
haven't
it's
seen Rogue One?
Oh, it's good.
I've heard it's the best Star Wars film. I don't know if it's
In the
true.
Disney era, hands down, best Star Wars film.
But he was cool to meet. He was really cool to meet. I didn't know who he was. I never would have picked him out other than I'd say, oh, that's a big dude. But he was cool to meet for sure. Just wanted to say that since we were talking some Star Wars stuff. So Dave, what do you think I should pay for that Marvel Spotlight 5 my friend has? You saw it.
Have you gone through the whole thing? Have you looked at? I only saw the front, and that was it.
See when he's limo driving.
Was he from Kansas? Oh shit! Amazing.
Assuming it's probably a 5.0 or slightly better.
It looked like a 6 to a 7 to me, somewhere in there. But go ahead.
I
It's
don't
hard
know.
to tell because it was dark in that hallway. We were in a dark hallway looking at
We're in a dark, scary hallway. I don't know. I feel like 1,500 would be pretty fair.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it would be a
That's
great
like I
price,
said, just quickly looking at the front. I think it was at least a 5.0 or better.
especially if I can get some other books thrown in as well. So it might be time to move some more comics. So I can get something else because I want to get that book before it sells it to anyone else.
Papa Steve must have came into some money in the past few weeks.
What do you say to that?
Steve's speculating on Midnight Suns, so he's getting a Marvel Spotlight.
It's a great book, dude. You've seen it. It's a beautiful book.
For one, you're going after a Ghost Rider book just because it's there, and that's not a cheap book. So for you to go after something that you previously really had no interest in, you have to be really investing it. I'm sure you look to flip it down the road.
Yeah.
So that's tying up money, and if you didn't have, just money laying around, you couldn't do that. I'm familiar with other purchases you made here recently. You know what I'm saying? Papa Steve hit a lick.
I'm just doing my due diligence at doing my best. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully we all win that raffle that we entered, and you don't have to spend the money on it.
I would love to win that raffle.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'd like to win it, but if not, I want it to be somebody that we know. You know, I'd like to see it go to a happy home.
For sure. For sure.
Or Alan Rue win it, because if he wins it, I have first dibs to buy it off of him.
There you go.
Paul has an interesting prediction.
You guys see the new trailer for Multiverse of Madness?
I'm excited for the film.
It was cool. It was cool. They definitely hinted at a lot of stuff.
I'm surprised that they're putting in so many new teasers and stuff just leading right up to the film.
Right. Like you thought they would have just like kept it in the wraps a little bit.
Tons of teasers and trailers at this point. I'm excited.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't know if I'm going to go opening weekend or not, but I'll go see it for sure.
Yeah, I'll see what my schedule is like next week to go to see it. So I'm excited for it.
You guys ready to draw for the Berk box?
Yeah.
All right, so they're behind me in one of these boxes. So we're going to go, I'm just going to show the video of what's in it. It's sponsored by the 616comics.com. And we have a comic stand courtesy of Kedrano Prints. So this is the April Berk box, which we're about to draw for it right now. It goes to one of the family tier members, and I actually let you guys pick out what's in this box. So
if you don't like it, blame yourself.
Basically, yeah. You guys made sure we put that Power Rangers book in there, even I didn't want to, but you guys made me, so I did.
The white one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Can I make this bigger? Okay. All right. These are all the family tier members. If you want to be entered to win the monthly Berk box sponsored by the 616comics.com, hit the join button below. Be a family tier member. You get entered to win the Berk box. You also get videos early. You get shout outs in videos, a link to your channel in the description of all my videos. You get the emojis, obviously. You get the members only streams. You get the coveted Berk fam chat, which goes off all day long. Though I will say that the Legion chat and the Link Squad chats have surpassed mine, which I'm excited about because both of those chats started after mine, and both of them were started by people who joined my channel and started their own membership, which is fantastic to see this community grow. All right, let's go ahead and list these people that are in the family tier. Comic Book Poser, Alan Rue, Blue Hellion Comics, Jade, Robert Flash 6792, Adrian Pandawson 316, James Warlord, DeBerrick 75, Rob's Fat Stacks, Paul Cook, Dave, Mike Becker, Tyler Shatterglass Comic Reviews, Brett Organ Wine, Michael Kedrano Prince, Paul Rogers, who won the Slab earlier, Actual Dracula, Hoarder's Hide, Cardboard Crazies, War Machine, Punisher Comics and Collectibles, Chip, White Shadow, and Legion of Comics. Every one of these people are entered to win that Berk box. How many times should we shuffle it, guys? Or should we shuffle?
17.
All right. 1.
You can just shuffle a few times.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Dave, give me a countdown. How long? 10 seconds?
17.
7 seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone, and I am spinning it now. Dan from Blue Hellion Comics. Thank you so much, sir. You are an awesome member of this community, an awesome member of the Berk fam. I don't know if anyone sends me more super chats than that guy, Dan from Blue Hellion Comics. Thank you so much, sir. You are amazing. Hit me up with your address, and I will definitely send it out to you, sir. You are awesome. Congratulations. We got a couple really awesome people in the Berk fam winning some stuff tonight. I mean, everyone is great in the Berk fam, obviously. Paul winning, Dan winning. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
And I'll make sure you hit up. I'll hit up Kadrana Prince and make sure we get you a stand, and that you can pick out your own logo to put on it. And he's also got like a YouTube thing you can put in there. I don't know where mine is. It's around here somewhere. But you can do your logo or a YouTube logo or both.
Sweet.
You guys have anything going on coming out in the next couple of days? I will say I need to record my con haul video. I've yet to do it, and I feel like I got some pretty cool stuff that people have not seen. So I'm excited about that. So I might do that tonight and put it out either tomorrow or Saturday. Maybe I'll put it out tomorrow early for the Berk fam, and then everyone else on Saturday. So, Mark, you got your Legion hangout, community hangout tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Congrats, brother. Congrats for the first Berk box win. Okay? So that's what you got going on. You got at week's end on Sunday. Anything Saturday? I guess your new comic book day picks, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it now.
Dave, I know you're driving back, so you're probably not going to be doing any videos until you get back, right?
Yeah, I got a few videos already recorded. I have to edit and upload them. Just haven't had the time with me driving back. I have to do another 7-8 hour drive back tomorrow to finish off. So I won't be doing anything tonight. I'm just gonna be chilling.
So you get back tomorrow.
Huh?
You get back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm in Penn State right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm at a state college, and so I drive back tomorrow. I did meet up with Jaguar today in Columbus, so I did go to a shop with him. He gave me an A-OK, so I got to record that probably tomorrow. I just don't have it in me tonight.
Nice. Nice.
So I'll get that out eventually. I'll have to do my other videos too, so I'm gonna be pretty busy.
I will say that I apologize for cutting you off so much. I was listening to our live stream this morning from Tuesday, and I was like, my goodness, all I do is cut people off when they're talking, and I feel bad. So I apologize for that.
Oh, that's all right. I was feeling pretty good anyway, so I didn't even recognize what was going on.
College Station. You're in College Station, Pennsylvania.
I am.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He said that the other night. I'm like, wait, Texas A&M? He goes, oh, sorry, State College.
I know. I keep on saying College Station. I don't know why. It's just easier to say than State College.
They're just flips.
Yeah. It's just
He only won 2 in a row. He went for 3 and didn't get it, and then he left the Berk fam. Nick is a great guy, though. I saw him in person, and it was really cool. It was really, really fun hanging out with him and Panda and Mike V, Average Will, Circumstances. Pocan Joe, he got hit by a car.
What?
Pocan Joe got hit by a car. Stayed at the bars, hung out, flew home the next day.
Story, Mark?
You haven't heard that story?
When would I have heard that story?
I thought you were good friends with him.
That doesn't mean I've heard that story.
All right, so we're all at the bars on Saturday night, and we're taking one of the people home because they've had too much to drink. And then Mike V calls me, asks where we are, and I try to find a dry spot because it's raining really bad. So I do find one, tell them, I'm like, yo, this is where I'm at. I turn around, everyone's gone. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're just going back to the hotel. So what happened is they ended up taking that person back to their hotel. And then they went back to the bars. And when they're there, they're like, okay, let's go to a different bar. So they go to a different bar, and Pocan Joe meets him there. And he tells them when they get there that he got hit by a car.
Oh.
He's on one of those like little scooter things.
Little Vespa or something.
Yeah, it's like on one of those little like motored scooters. And a car
Vespa.
just boom hit him, and he's bleeding all down his arm. And he said he was fine, but I mean, he had a lot to drink.
Did you say it was like a 16-year-old hit him? Or
He said a 16-year-old hit him, yeah, and it was like 2 in the morning. And so his wife made him go to the hospital when he got home. And he had a fracture in his arm and a broken rib.
Yeah, he fractured elbow. He said there was blood going down his arm.
There was, yeah, blood. Yeah,
And
blood
he had
going
a,
down his
a
arm.
concussion as well.
Oh, it had a concussion too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what when I heard Panda's story, I was like, holy shit.
I forgot about the concussion. I forgot
Yeah.
about that, dude.
Crazy.
And he wasn't even going to go, but his wife made him.
Yeah, he wanted to go back into a bar and start doing a rap battle with some guy there.
Yeah. I will say this. His story of how he met his wife is absolutely epic. Epic. Like, she did not like him when she first met him. Military guy. And they start hanging out talking. And by the end of the night, he tells her when he leaves, I'm going to marry you. And he did 6 months later.
Awesome.
Like, you got to hear the whole story. I said it very, very quickly, but you got to hear him tell the story. It's very, very good. He's an awesome dude. Really, really awesome dude. Hashtag Tapegate. Yeah, I haven't seen Becker open his Tapegate box yet, but I did give it to him at the con. So later, Kyle. Yeah, I think I'm about to get out of here as well. Like I said, I got a con recap video coming. And then I also have – so I'm waiting for a letter to come in the mail before I make the video because I sent something and it was destroyed by the post office. And then they denied a claim. And so I'm going to talk more about that. And
They denied the claim?
Oh, shit.
And it was priority mail.
On what ground did they deny it?
I'm waiting for the letter to read it before I make the video.
You haven't read it yet?
But no, they said the letter will be in the mail for why they denied the claim. So I'm waiting for that before I absolutely blast them for destroying a package and then denying giving me the money that I had to refund the buyer. So pretty frustrated about that. Pretty frustrated. So yeah, that video will come out. I also have a free comic book day picks video that will come out.
Did you have to send them pictures and stuff? I'm like really curious.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I put all that in there. And I sent in a picture of the box.
Yeah, that thing was just
It looked
dismantled.
It legit looked like a machine had like if there's some kind of machine that catches boxes to wheel them through, it looked like he got hung up in something. Like something in my mind, it looks like something spinning finally worked its way down to the actual slab and chipped the side of the slab.
Yeah. I mean, I was super confused. Yeah. Apparently they don't know who I am. Oh, shoot. But that's all I have for tonight. I'm going to head up all the sponsors, and then we are going to get out of here. Thank you to the channel members, which we drew for tonight for the Berk Box and the Slab. Everyone in a family tier is entered to win a monthly Berk Box sponsored by the amazing people over at the 616comics.com. And everyone in the friend tier, make sure you guys are following them as well. Link to everyone in the family tier and friend tier. Link to their Instagram and YouTube is in the description of all of my videos. Make sure you guys are following them, subscribe to them, and supporting this amazing community. Thank you to everyone in the supporter tier as well. Speaking of the Berk Box, thank you to the 616comics.com for sponsoring the channel, sponsoring a monthly Berk Box. Make sure you guys check out the 616comics.com for all of their exclusive variants and comic books and ratios and statues and all of that. And thank you to comic_pressing for sponsoring the channel for now 2 years. If you ever need any books pressed, head up Eric over at comic_pressing IG. Use promo code BERK54. Get free shipping back to you on your first order. Thank you again to Eric over at comic_pressing on Instagram.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, guys. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We had a great time. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga, and it's Morphin time.